Welcome to Polyglot Pilot. Here you'll practice real English sentences for daily life. What if the secret to fluent English wasn't about studying harder, but about thinking differently? Imagine being able to express yourself effortlessly in real-world situations, from ordering a coffee to navigating a tricky conversation at work. In this video, we're going to pull back the curtain on how native speakers actually think in English, and I'll show you how to unlock that same thought process so you can speak more naturally, more fluently, and with more confidence every single day. Let's start with the first problem, the illusion of direct translation. Most learners make the mistake of thinking in their native language first, then translating word for word into English. The problem is, languages don't match perfectly. This creates awkward sentences that don't sound natural at all. For example, in many languages, you might literally say, "close the light." But in English, we never say that. We say, "turn off the light." That's not just different words. It's a different way of thinking about the action. Once you realize this, you have an aha moment. Fluency isn't about memorizing words. It's about adopting English thought patterns. Now let's see how this works in everyday scenarios, starting with ordering food. Imagine you walk into a cafe. Instead of translating from your language, train your brain to pre-frame your dialogue in English. Don't you think, "I want one coffee, please," in your language, and then try to build it in English. Instead, imagine yourself as the English speaker. "Can I get a coffee, please?" That's short, natural, and automatic. Another example, asking for directions. In some languages, you might literally translate, "I searched the station." But in English, the natural internal map is, "Excuse me, how do I get to the station?" Notice the difference. It's about the route and the movement, not just the location. When you think in English, you adopt that frame automatically. At work, in small talk, many learners rely on memorized responses like, "I am fine, thank you, and you?" That sounds robotic. If you think in English, your brain will generate natural, flowing conversation. "Pretty good, thanks. How about you?" Or, "Not too bad. How's your day going?" By shifting your internal monologue into English, you break away from translation and move toward real communication. To make this easier, let's introduce a framework I call situational scripting. The idea is simple. Identify the daily situations you face and build a mental script for each one, not word for word, but intent by intent. For example, at a restaurant, your intent is to order politely, so your mental script could include, "Can I see the menu?" "I'd like the chicken, please," and "Could I get the bill?" Practicing these scripts in your head helps you walk into the situation with confidence. Over time, this replaces translation with intuition. Now, beyond words, English also has nuances that shape how you think. Idioms and slang are a big part of the culture. If you only translate literally, you all miss phrases like, "I am beat," for "I am tired," or "break the ice," for starting a conversation. Thinking in English means connecting these expressions to real contexts, not forcing them into your native structure. Tone and intonation also matter. In English, "really" can mean curiosity, surprise, or even doubt, depending on how you say it. Nonverbal communication adds another layer. Gestures, facial expressions, and body language are all part of the message. Thinking in English means training your brain to notice and use these cues automatically. So how do you integrate English thought into your daily life? Here's your action plan. First, immersive listening. Listen to podcasts, YouTube, or TV shows in English, and pay attention not just to words, but to how ideas are connected. Second, start journaling in English, even just a few sentences about your day. This builds your internal monologue. And finally, try the Think Aloud challenge. Narrate your day in English, even when you're alone. Say to yourself, "I'm brushing my teeth now," or "I need to catch the bus." It may feel strange at first, but it trains your brain to live in English, not just study it. Remember, fluency is not about knowing every word in the dictionary. It's about shifting your mindset so English becomes the default way you process situations. Break free from translation, embrace the English thought process, and you'll find yourself speaking more naturally, more confidently, and more authentically than ever before. Don't forget to subscribe for more lessons like this and tell me in the comments, what situation do you struggle with the most? Ordering food? Making small talk? Or phone conversations? Let's work on it together.